Okay, everyone, welcome to the first episode of the YeCast podcast with Ethan and Hanaro, and our two special guests, Lucas Samaji and Jerry Lou. Everyone give a big round of applause. Yay! Woo! Okay, Ethan, what is our first topic of discussion
Our
for
first
today?
topic of discussion for the day is the whole fiasco with GME at the moment. What are your thoughts on that? Luca first and Jerry.
Oh, the stock market fiasco. I think it's epic. I think it's cool.
Epic poggers.
I think you should buy as many stocks as you can possibly afford on GameStop because the hedge funds are going to pay you back eventually. They are legally obliged to and they're forced to.
But
So
what
if
if
you
the
want to
rich?
capture the bag,
But Luca,
How
here's
much-
the thing:
how much money
rich
have you-
do a lot of illegal things. So even if it is illegal, I think they'll be like, it's okay, because rich people with power tend to break the law a lot.
they're just going to just believe.
Just-
Believe, Martha.
Okay,
But you have to realize stocks always go up, they never go down. They only go up. Stocks cannot go down.
true.
Once you
Oh,
realize that, everything opens up for you, and you can just become a millionaire overnight.
okay, Jerry, what is your opinion on GameStop?
It's a war against the rich. So everyone should sell their liver, sell their car, sell their house, and full send GME.
Full send
Right,
GameStop.
right.
That's a
All
good idea.
active.
I will be selling my kidney and my left lung on the black market right now to buy all GameStop stock.
It'll be worth it.
All the
no.
stock that is physically possible.
The returns are theoretically infinite, so I think that's a phenomenal idea. Now the thing is,
I've lost
Jerry
$500
does,
on my
Jerry
Don't worry
actually
about it.
practices what he preaches, which is what I find very admirable about his character. Just a week ago, Jerry and I decided to go to the doctors, and we actually did sell his liver and his car. And I didn't tell him this at the time, but I actually took both of his testicles away.
What?
Oh, wait a
No!
minute. It's all legal though, right? It's legal.
This is all legal.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
You
It's
sign a
fine.
contract. It's fine.
It's
Sign a
fine.
contract,
Don't worry.
it's
Don't
all
worry.
good. Jerry's gonna be a very wealthy man, a childless man, but a wealthy man.
Well, children make
matters.
the core.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, so Luca. So recently, Jordan Belfort, or the Wolf of Wall Street, went on Fox News, and he talked about how investors should be careful with GameStop. Do you agree with him? Because he thinks that it might go down.
Okay, so Jordan Belfort was the guy who mixed Xanax and alcohol together every single day of his life, and he's telling you to be careful? What?
Some people are
Dude,
just saying that
this
because
guy's
they
a
think
hypocrite,
he's
man.
invested in a hedge fund and he will lose money. Do you think that that can be true?
That is also, I mean, that's part of it, but I think the biggest thing that kind of bugs me about that is the hypocrisy. The guy was literally part of a pump and dump scheme his entire life and would be on like at least 3 different drugs a day. And now he's saying, guys, you have to be careful.
What do you think about Mark Cuban getting in on this? I saw that he posted on Wall Street Bets.
Hey, the more billionaires on our side, the better. We need every bit of help we can get.
Yeah, we got
Fight
Mark
the rich. We
Cuban.
need the rich to fight
and
the
Kevin
rich,
O'Leary.
guys. Karl Marx said that. That's what he
Mhm.
said.
Karl
Karl
Marx.
Marx.
Personal
Marx.
hero.
What an
Karl Marx was a good man. Good man.
Inspiration.
It's a big inspiration to both of us.
Speaking of Karl Marx, rumor has it that you shot Malala, Luca. Is that true?
Well, that's actually false reporting. It is true that I shot Malala, but I was not the one who gave her the shot that led her to the hospital. I gave her the flu shot.
Oh.
So
Oh,
the media
my
does
fault.
this thing where they say, "Oh, Luca shot Malala." I mean, yes, I did shoot her, but with a needle.
That's true.
So
That's
I mean,
facts.
honestly,
Thank
that's
you
just
for
the media
clarifying. I know
blame-
that there's a lot of misinformation these days. You know, you have to be careful with what you believe.
Yeah, it's a minefield out
fake
there, man. It
media.
really is.
Yeah.
I actually have personal information that Tupac himself shot Malala.
Tupac
because
himself.
can't deal with
No way.
her.
No, dude, what?
Whoa, wait, Tupac's
Whoa.
alive?
Tupac
Oh,
is
of
alive
course,
and well in
he's been alive
Serbia,
in
bro.
Serbia.
He's alive. Why would he be dead?
Tupac is alive making fast raps in Serbia. Everyone knows this.
Yeah,
He's
everyone
been
knows this,
living
yeah.
there with Biggie Smalls
And-
well,
and Hitler.
Biggie Smalls.
and Hitler and
Yo, Luca, what did you say that other time about the Biggie Smalls? How there's something with dwarves, but I don't
Right,
recall
so-
fully. Could you please enlighten me?
Can you
Apparently,
clarify that
this
for us?
is common knowledge amongst the Biggie Smalls fan base, but I actually just learned this a few weeks ago. But Biggie Smalls is actually three dwarves standing on top of each other in a coat. I didn't know that. Every single Biggie Smalls fan out there has known this since day one, and they'll tell you that, like, oh yeah, Biggie Smalls is just three, black dwarves in a costume. I didn't know that. That was a total shock. But once I realized that, it all
what?
made sense. It all started to
That's
come
insane.
together. Oh, that's why Biggie Smalls said that. I still don't know why Biggie Smalls said the ends justify the means. Yo, and just talking about the Holocaust, but that was
It's
that was another story.
kind of weird, but
So,
anyways.
do you believe the idea that Biggie Smalls and Tupac actually faked their own death in order to stop the beef between the East and West Coast rap, so that no more people died?
Well, I will say it is true that they faked their death, but it was not because of the East Coast West Coast thing. It was because they wanted to move to Serbia for free and without getting the
'Cause-
Bosnians mad. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's also a common mistake a lot of people make, but yeah, they're both living in Serbia now. They're both making very fast raps for the Serbian people, and they hate Turkish people. It's true.
Yeah. Serbia is just such a
Really
nice country. All the famous people want to move to Serbia. It's just
That's
a
true.
beautiful place. Especially
a
after
beautiful
place.
Bush bombed
I
it,
hear
but
you're
it's fine.
Serbian.
18 years of my life, ever since I was in my mom's vagina,
Ooh,
Kanye came to me. He called me. He's like, "Yo, Jerry, you're like the best producer in the world. I know you produced for Tupac before,
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's mom.
and now you're gonna produce for me." So I wrote him the Drake diss actually, and Drake got really mad at me. And
That's
that's
so-
why
So
I'm
you
banned
wrote
from
Lift
Canada.
Yourself? You wrote Lift
Yo.
Bro, you wrote Lift Yourself to diss
did.
Drake?
He did.
Yeah, I wrote all
Bro,
the lyrics.
that's Kanye's most influential song.
That's why Jerry's living in an underground bunker in Canada to this day, still on the run from Drake after writing those incredibly ruthless bars.
Do you
Keep it going.
recall those bars that were stated by Mr. West by any chance?
Yeah, he said, and I quote, "Scoopity scoop, scoopity scoopity, scoopity whoop,
Well,
poopity
it's
scoopity whoop."
very
That's very
deep,
powerful.
very influential.
So how
Very
did you come
powerful.
up with
I enjoy
those
those
lyrics?
words.
Like I imagine it must have taken years of hard work in order to come up with that. How did it happen?
So yeah, one day I was taking a dump, and my waste was falling into my toilet seat at a certain beat, and then I was like, "That's like blowing in the wind written by Bob Dylan, but better." So I just had to write those lyrics. It's really deep. It deserves a Nobel Prize.
It does.
It's true.
Well,
There's
that's
so
so
many stories
influential.
out there of poetic and artistic inspiration, but once you hear Jerry's story, none of these even come close. Like, it's just so astounding how this moment of inspiration just hit him like a gust of wind, or one would say a dropping of a turd in a toilet bowl. It really just hit him, and we have one of the best masterpieces this world has ever seen just from that.
Okay, so
Amazing.
Right?
and now that we're on the discussion of Kanye, Jerry, what is your favorite Kanye album?
Has to be the 808 and Heartbreak. I
Mm,
was a
really?
emo boy back
Really?
then.
Okay,
And then-
solid
Emo
pick.
boy.
Solid
He
pick.
would wear black
Emo
clothes.
boy. I lost like 5 girlfriends that year when he dropped the album,
Mhm.
and the song Heartless really touched me.
It
You know.
does. Yeah.
So heartless.
It's a very,
Amen.
very touching song.
Also,
True
the
story.
album that praised Jesus, my Lord and Savior, so
Amen. Amen.
much. Amen.
Thank you,
Jesus
that
is
one.
king.
Jesus is king. So, Luca, what is your favorite
Yeah.
Kanye album?
My favorite Kanye album is I don't know, Life of Pablo Deluxe Edition.
Life of Pablo.
Yes.
That one's good.
It's okay. It's not amazing.
No, it's gotta be
Graduation?
It's gotta be
My Dark Twisted
no,
Fantasy?
Gotta be Late Registration.
Oh, get this man out of here. Get this man out of here. That is the worst album.
It's not that terrible, Marco. I
It's
don't know
not
why you
good.
hate that
There's
album.
there's
so
one
much.
good song,
Nah, but I think
Gold
everyone
Digger.
uses-
It's Gold Digger. That's it. That's his only good. That's the only good song
everyone
from
knows
Late
the best
Registration.
album's Jesus. We'll just put it at that.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
Jesus is the best album, bro.
It's
Jesus
the best
is the
one.
best
I mean,
album.
it's the worst one, but it's the best one.
It's the best one.
Exactly. That's what makes it so good.
Recently, Ethan took his permit test and he failed because he's stupid. I'm kidding, he didn't fail. Ethan passed his permit test and he's like 6 months younger than me, and I still haven't taken my permit test yet.
Well, this is sort of a good example of what happens when you never learn how to read or write at a young age. Marco, to this day, still doesn't know how to read or write. He's still learning that.
I'm illiterate, bro.
And that's why
It's
the
been a tough
permit
life.
test has really been difficult for him. Now, Ethan, he learned how to read and write at the ripe age of 9 years old back in the day. So he's now able to actually read the big
true.
words in the permit test, like car and drive. You know, kind of complicated phonetic things. It's not easy. It's not something anyone can do. But Ethan really took charge and kind of figured it out. Marco, you'll get there.
I did almost fail.
Eventually.
Another thing that Marco can't do still is connect a line with an arc.
So
So
Hanar and I had our geometry test today, and it was over constructions. What was going on?
Like the limit, I think, is 8, and I got like 7 wrong.
the lowest grade I ever got in a test in my life was the constructions test for honors geometry. I'm not even playing.
Mr.
no
I'm
way.
really big fan of Luca. She always, Luca and I just stay after class.
Oh my god.
Did you
this
guys get
was
caught?
hated Jerry and I.
Did you guys
so
get
much.
caught
what
for
happened?
cheating?
Why'd you guys have to stay after class?
Yeah.
You were just because we're always like holding hands and like kissing each other every single day in
Yeah,
class.
relatable. I do that
Very
with
romantic, yeah.
Ethan and Hanar all the time. And
No,
Mr.
why
Gerard's
she doesn't
class.
understand that. Love is love.
That's amen.
Such a toxic teacher, dude. Mr. destroyed my grades so many times. I would get a 75 on every single quiz without fail. Even if I got anything right, I get it wrong. 6 out of 8.
What was your overall grade for that class?
Astonishing 61.
Astonishing 61.
Luca's actually the first person to pass that class.
It's true.
Because-
Honors geometry? It's pretty easy.
Honors
I'm just
geometry?
gonna
It's pretty
smart
easy.
is.
See, Luca can't like really read numbers.
I
like,
can't.
Our next topic of discussion, because both of our special guests are in fact seniors in high school, our next topic is college. Okay, so Luca first. Where do you plan on going to college if you have not made your decision already? Because you're lazy and stupid.
Well, I just sent my rejectance letter to Harvard. They rejected
Really?
me, and I had to reject their rejectance letter, so I couldn't go to their school.
Oh,
So
okay.
Luca, we can't have you here. I had to write to Harvard saying, "Dear Harvard, I really like your rejectance letter, but I had to reject it. I just didn't live up to the standards of rejectance letters that I live up to."
Mhm.
And they're like, "Luca, we're so sorry. You're accepted." And
Yeah.
that's how-
Really? That's
But then
so
you
empowering.
rejected them, right? And then
But I
you
had to
said,
reject them again. Like,
Oh.
no, you already
Yeah.
lost my interest, and that's why I'm going to La Sierra University.
Oh yeah.
I have
One of
no
the
idea
top
what school I'm
schools,
going
if
to.
I'm correct.
Yeah.
So okay, well let me ask you this, Luca. Do you know what your major is going to be yet?
Yeah, I'm actually majoring in underwater basket weaving and minoring in weapon training.
A very
How long have
important
you been working on that
subject.
skill?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's very monetizable. So many people are looking out for those underwater made baskets and dolphin swimmers. So I mean, it's a guaranteed 6-figure salary when at the moment I graduate. You guys are laughing now, but in a couple of years I'll be a millionaire. You just wait.
Yeah, it's I heard it was almost as lucrative as studying liberal arts. Is that true?
Oh, almost actually. The only thing
Liberal
close to underwater basket weaving is actually bird whistling. That's another thing. And also what's it called? Art, like being an art major. That's also another thing. Yeah. Also English majors. Actually, English majors are a little bit below. Yeah,
English
a
is
little bit
a
below.
little, yeah.
Gary, where do you plan on going to college?
so recently, right? I applied to Cornell, and
Mhm.
everything was going so well, right? They're like, "Oh, that's good SAT score. That's a good GPA." And then they saw my race, and then they were like, "Asian."
You see,
And then-
Jerry made a huge mistake in being born Asian. You should not have done that.
You
should
should
not
not
have
have done that,
wanted-
Jerry.
no.
Come on, what is wrong with you, bro?
Especially-
A very poor choice to apply when you apply to college.
You really gotta consider your race.
Luca, are you afraid of the FBI?
Am I afraid of the FBI? I think the FBI should be afraid of me, to be honest. I think they really gotta watch their steps when they deal with me. I do have multiple firearms and explosives stationed around my house, so if the FBI comes within 500 yards of my territory, they will find their heads removed from their body. Sorry,
I
that's
don't
just
think
how
you
it
could.
is.
I
I mean,
don't think
I'm
you
just.
could post that. I don't think you
So,
could post that.
It's getting
So,
close.
Jerry, I heard that you couldn't approach an elementary school within 500 yards because you had a warrant for your arrest. Is that true? Is that true?
This is true, by the way. This is true.
Yeah. So what I do is I always make sure I observe women at a very safe distance. If I get too close, for some reason they just start running away from me. It's
Yeah.
really sad. I'm like
Yeah,
the
and-
Joker.
And I heard also if you get too
Like the
close,
Joker.
like for some reason, like this thing around your ankle starts beeping or something. I don't know. I don't know. Is that
Yeah,
true?
it's similar like the
Rather-
water stuff.
rather odd, rather odd.
You see, Jerry and I are actually both very staunch advocates for feminism. We're both big feminists, so we know a lot of women really feel uncomfortable around men. So Jerry and I do our best to sort of alleviate that pain. So at
You just
night,
not
when we
talk to
see a
women?
woman walking alone, we like to go on the opposite side of the street and just, kind of stare at that woman from a safe distance, sort of observing it at night. We're just sort of looking at this woman, making her feel comfortable and safe that she knows there are two big, strong men watching over her, ready to, protect her and jump in if anything bad happens. We like to follow this person all the way to her house. Once we get to her house, we like to look into her bedroom window for a couple of hours, make sure she's safe, just in case anyone else followed her home. You creepy guy.
Yeah.
That's very chivalrous of you, Luca.
That's very. Yeah,
You're
that's very
serving our
kind.
society well.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like police always shows up
Yeah,
at
I
my head.
mean,
Like
I don't know why. It seems like some sort of. I think they look up to us. I think the police
Yeah.
sort of look up to us.
They're asking you for advice. of
You know, no,
course.
I think what they it's like a Batman type of situation. You know, where,
Right,
like the
right,
police look
right.
up to him. You know, the average citizen. Saving people. I think that's kind of the situation that we have going on here.
I think so too. I think they really do look up to Jerry and I as kind of heroes of the community, sort of protecting and helping these women who feel so uncomfortable at nighttime around these men.
So, Jerry, I see you switching to a Lakers jersey. Whose jersey is that?
It's this big loser, right? Kyle Kuzma. So this guy kind of sucks.
Fun.
So he sucks offensively and he sucks
And
defensively.
defensively.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, so he's useless on both sides of the court. That's
no
why-
one actually knows where he got
So
signed.
what I was wondering was why hasn't LeBron traded him yet? Do you have any ideas on why? But that hasn't
yeah,
happened yet.
There's a picture of Kuzma with the Laker owner. You guys should go search it up, right? So
Uh-oh.
they look incredibly intimate. I think that's the only reason Kuzma is still on the team.
Intimate.
Yeah, I
Kyle
think
Kuzma.
Yeah,
Kyle
you know,
Kuzma is the Lakers owner.
my personal theory. My personal theory is that no team would be willing to accept Kyle Kuzma, so that's why he hasn't been traded yet. So they're forced to keep him. But that's just my theory. I'm not 100% sure if that's true.
Surprisingly, Kuzma gets 20 minutes of playing time every game. I think that's because he actually does LeBron's laundries, all of it. And, that's the reason he gets to stay on the team.
I wonder. No.
Oh, this
what
year
is- what is
he's been
that?
averaging about 10 points, but those are actually fake stats. I heard that LeBron was paying the NBA commissioner Adam Silver to actually say that he was getting 10 points a game so that they can increase the chances of trading him. But we all know that that's fake.
It's all a big conspiracy. You can't trust what the media says.
Like if you actually watch the games, you'll never see him score once.
He doesn't score.
You know,
He's
you'll
actually
never see him
constantly
score
on the
one.
bench. You haven't even seen him play once. Besides, like towards the very beginning of the game, they just have him run around. It's like, go ahead, Kyle, play with the big boys. 20 minutes, and then you got your dentist appointment, and he just has to leave for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Sit out.
I think Coach Hall personally coached him, and Coach Hall
I
is
believe
very
so.
proud of him.
I believe so.
Coach
Yeah.
Hall doesn't have any knees, so he kind of is not that good at basketball.
Coach Hall's pretty good. I don't know what you mean. Coach Hall's
Coach
a
Hall's kind
star
of
athlete.
cracked at weightlifting, but
He's a star athlete. Now Ethan will
I mean,
now
back to the
announce the
podcast.
sponsor for today's episode, right?
No,
Isn't that right,
sponsor.
Ethan?
Alright, I need to introduce our sponsor real quick. All right,
Mm-hmm.
a big thank you to Trader Joe's Animal Crackers for sponsoring this video.
Yes, thank
Or
you so much,
podcast.
Trader Joe's
Yeah,
Animal
Trader
Crackers.
Joe's
Organic.
Crackers, organic animal.
Mm.
They're very healthy and very good too.
Make sure
Oh,
to
Thank you
make sure
again.
for
to
watching our
use make
podcast,
sure to
guys.
use
This
code
was a great episode.
YeCast.
Use code YeCast
Yeah, use
at checkout.
code
Punch
YeCast20
the
for an
cashier,
additional
and he will
25%
definitely get
off
these for free.
at checkout. Well, thank you for tuning into our very first podcast, season 1, episode 1 with Lucas Amarja and Jerry Liu. Thank you for joining us.
thank you so
Thank you
much
for
for
coming
having
on.
me, guys. It's been
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
having me. It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye.